Good afternoon, everyone. Abyssal Tech here, and welcome to the demo for a new Star Trek game. Interestingly enough, set in the Voyager timeline, across the unknown. So, this is still only out as a demo right now, so we don't know. The game's probably going to change a little bit, but as someone who was around when Star Trek Voyager came out and old enough to appreciate it, but still not old enough to need a cane, you know. I'm a little optimistic about this one, hopeful, but there's been several Star Trek games out for mobile and whatnot that are less than ideal, so anyway, I don't know too much about this game, so let's just jump on in. This demo features the first of 12 sectors and is based on an in-development build with many things subject to change and optimization. The full version will feature localization into additional languages, partial voiceover, and a bunch of other stuff I could not read fast enough. Okay. New ship, new crew, new mission. Today we embark on a mission to locate a Maquis vessel that has disappeared in the Badlands. Starfleet intelligence believes these terrorists have acquired dangerous new technology. The Chief of Security, Tuvok, is undercover aboard that ship. I haven't received communication from him in over a week. The Badlands are treacherous. I can only hope he is safe. Meantime, I have a starship to prepare for launch and a crew to assemble. Speaking of which, our final two members have just arrived, Ensign Harry Kim and Tom Paris. Seems I have a few introductions to make. Gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. I recognize that in my voice. I do not do a very good Kate Mulgrew impression, so I'll spare you all. Ensign Kim, you're fresh from the Academy. Ready for your first deep space assignment? Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to be here. I hope I live up to your expectations. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former Maquis pilot who will help us search the Badlands for Maquis vessel. With all due respect, ma'am, observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. I'm the best stand pilot in this sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. The Maquis, well, I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax, I was with the Maquis only for a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. Nice to see not too much has changed. Prison? Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is Captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us into the Badlands. Maximum warp. Alright, I'm liking the visuals as is. Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms can cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes the swirling chaos from the view screen with a subtle smile playing on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. Scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? I wasn't exactly Maquis of the Year, Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent Tetrion wave beam scanning us, and a displacement wave heading towards us. A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Red alert, helm, evasive maneuvers. No effect. The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact. As their crew gains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? I don't see any rocks, so the damage doesn't appear to be that bad. Damage report. Major hull and deck damage, the transporters are offline, and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sick bay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on a bridge. Doctor? Damn! Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core has gone into gray mode. I have never heard of gray mode, but okay. That might have been something they actually mentioned. We're on reserves. Barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the nearest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Alright, so here it looks like we're in the gameplay section. Chainway to engineering, we need stellar cartography back online now. Oh. Tutorial. Welcome to the tutorial. Click on the question mark icon, which actually looks like a 1. Oh, that's where it is. On the left of the screen to revisit any tutorial screen. On controller, press D-pad left 2 times. Some additional tutorials will not pop up during gameplay, but automatically appear in a tutorial list. Check out the new tutorial screens now. Oh, what if I don't want to? Activate stellar cartography on the lower left part of the ship. To activate it, open up its menu by selecting a room and switching on the power supply. Well, that sounds fairly easy. Captain, sensors are picking up something out there, but what area is trying to stammer out is we're not in the Badlands anymore. What is that thing? Where are we? That's neat. Not sure why it's doing that, but okay. That's kind of cool, actually. Sorry. If our sensors are working, we just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm, find its deuterium source. Scan points of interest, marked with white question marks to reveal resources. Let's see what's likely to have some deuterium. A shipwreck, a planet. Oh, here's a cloud. Oh, hey, cool, I was right. And I could get deuterium. When visiting points of interest, you can choose between different approaches with different risks and outcomes. The different colors of the chance bar represent the possible outcomes. Excellent dark green and good light green outcomes. Increased rewards, extra resource morale, blah blah blah. Yellow, minor setbacks. Orange and red, outcomes provide low rewards. And medium to major setbacks like destroy rooms, hull damage, or severe injuries. Well then. Ooh. Alright. What to do? Well, I need a lot of deuterium. I'm kind of out. So... this will either be very good or very bad. Very good. Very good. Captain, we can now deactivate gray mode. Captain, ready to increase warp core output. The warp core is the reactor that powers the ship. To generate energy, it continuously consumes deuterium. Depending on the reactor level, you may produce more energy, but more deuterium is required. Increase the power output by selecting main engineering and switching the warp core to a higher tier. Alright, so it seems almost like the, if you played Frostpunk, the big engine. You know, obviously higher tier, better stuff, but more fuel consumption. So, basic resources. Okay, so resources, basic resources are fairly simple enough. Okay, so even if I'm flat out broke, I'm still producing at least some energy. Well, that's nice. Okay. So it looks like it's 1 deuterium for 5 energy. Okay, so. Our energy levels are returning to normal, and we see a little bit more effect in the warp core. Good. Now what about this thing, this array? I can't tell, Captain, but our scanners detect a Maquis vessel next to it. Oh, well, let's scan it for life signs first. When in doubt, scan it out, as I say. Scan the ship for life signs instant. There's no one on board, Captain. Well, at least good thing we didn't try calling them. We would have felt like idiots. Well, then scan the array. Several life forms aboard, Captain. Is one of them Vulcan? Not sure, Captain. The signals are weak. We'll just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room repaired and ready. Mr. Paris, get us to a duranium deposit. We'll need it to repair the transporter room. Alright, so I got Class D planet, Class H, another D, freighter. I'm going to go for these shipwrecks here. Okay, so it's got some deuterium. Oh, so I can actually give it a quick scan first. Some duranium. I don't see any downsides to scanning as of right now. So I'm just going to give everything a quick scan. As one does. Alright, so got two fairly warm, couple fairly warm planets, some temperate worlds, some cold worlds, and some wreckage. Let's head over to this guy. Alright, so it looks like if I don't use it, I lose it as far as energy goes. Well, let's stay gambling, huh? We now have all the duranium we need. Engineering is standing by to prepare to transport cabin. And there's the rocks. Seriously, these destroyed rooms look like they had a cave-in. Wait a minute, that's the warp core right there. So what's that over there? Damaged rooms are not operational. Select a room to bring up the room controls. If the resources and work teams needed, you can initiate repairs. Repairing a room takes cycles, mid-cycles, by flying to other locations. Okay, so I'm not just going to sit here. Or maybe not. Transporters are back online, Captain. Mr. Paris, set course for the array. It's time we got some answers. Ensign Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Away missions present a series of challenges. Heroes possess skills and traits. Select heroes with matching skills for your away team. Oh, fortunately, I need somewhat exactly a team composed just like this. It's almost as if it's scripted. Right now it doesn't mouse over any of the traits so I can know what they actually mean. I assume science, medical, repairs, and command? I don't know. It doesn't give me a breakdown of what exactly these traits mean. Doesn't give me... Maybe back on that maintenance screen, because... Yeah. Alright. Decide on an approach and select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. If the skill is lower than the requirement, the success chances displayed. Okay, so even if your skill, if you have the right skills, you can kind of try to wing it. Captain, we seem to have materialized in the middle of a cornfield. This place, it's eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? Okay, so that's my skill level, and that's what I need. Okay, so they're both at a disadvantage of about 4 points. Let me see here. Now, when in doubt, scan it out. Harry and Tom use their tricorders to scan for life signs and detect a strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn and find a farm with people working the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse strumming a banjo. It's been over 20 years, but I don't remember this. We'll see. Interesting. His skills seem to have gone down almost like it's a finite resource. Okay. So if you have one guy who's over specialized, you can actually burn him out if you have him doing all the tasks. Interesting. After challenge, the participating team members are fatigued and their skill values are reduced. Let them rest for the next challenge. Okay, so it's only a temporary thing for one round. Okay, I see how these work. You got... Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm picking up what they're putting down here. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? Demand to know what's going on. Try to read his body language for any clues. Argue with facts that this can't be a farm on Earth and you want to know what's going on. Well, seeing as how we had old Mr. Kim there do the last one, this one seems to have the highest chance of success with Tom, which then it's like Harry, Tom. Yeah, okay, we'll do it like this. Harry and Tom discreetly observe the old man trying to analyze his body language. Something feels off, like he's putting on an act, but they can't put their finger on why. But they can't quite put his finger on why. Okay. A little bit of a grammar issue there. The old man seems perplexed by their presence, muttering about Harry and Tom being early and how it's not their turn yet. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cobs. Okay, and I apparently got 5 research, I'm guessing? You can select more than one hero for a challenge if they possess the required skill. Okay. If the accumulated skill value is equal or higher than the required number, you have a chance for a critical success. Okay. The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the Maquis ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. The tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. Okay. I mean, I'm all about normally win it out, scan it out, but it looks like with what I was seeing there, I could do a little bit of the brute forcing. Although that seems to be what they want me to do, but let's give it a try. Not quite. Harry and Tom try to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air, but right before they can break the illusion, the people from the field burst in, wielding farm tools as weapons. The old man appears and reveals the barn as an illusion, the back wall dissolving to show a bluish glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. Sometimes you have to make major decisions that have a large influence on how the story proceeds. These decisions are Merkle Gold outline. These people must be the missing Maquis. They are being held here, Captain. We must get them out. Okay. So they're both fatigued, but they both got the stuff they need. Let me think here. I mean, this is just a demo, so probably going to run through this like 2 or 3 times by the time this game's actually playable. But, immediate need? I need deuterium, so wake up Chakotay. Tom rushes towards the tattooed man, hoping to shake him awake. As he reaches out, the old man stops him, a look of concern on his face. Before Tom can react, a blinding white light fills the room and everything goes blank. Okay, so they level up. I don't get any rewards till the end of the cycle. Mission okay. No criticals, no injuries. Alright. Captain Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Tom Paris unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? Captain! What happened over there, Mr. Paris? We lost contact with you for several hours. What? But we were there for only an hour, right, Harry? Harry? He was just beside me. And he's still on the array, but why were you released and not... The Maquis are hailing us, Captain, putting it on the screen. I'm Commander Chakotay of the Maquis. My chief engineer, B'Elanna Torres, is missing. Is she with you? No, Commander. One of our own is also missing. It seems we share a problem. It would make sense if we solved it together. 3 of us will beam over to your ship. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of Chakotay and his Maquis crew on the bridge is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. Captain, this is Shiska, one of my engineers, and Tuvok, my... Oh, I know who he is. I'm glad to have you back, Tuvok. Oh, way to steal Tuvok's dramatic moment there, Janeway. As am I, Captain. Commander Chakotay, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate your crew. Were you going to deliver us into their waiting hands, Vulcan? Correct. However, I assure you that I perform my duties aboard your ship to the highest standard. Charming. And I see you have Paris behind you. Are you forming the Maquis Traders Club, Captain? You win some, you lose some, Commander. let's focus on bringing Torres and Kim back from the array. We can't get back inside. They've sealed the entrances and blocking incoming hails. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering, find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Captain, the ship status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources and the engineering office to mobilize additional workforce. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, and restore Deck 5 functionality to gain access to the engineering office. Alright. To be able to supply power to a room, you need to 1. Activate the life support unit on the corresponding deck. Each life support unit consumes energy, so plan accordingly. Okay. So you bring a deck online. Okay, so this here is life support for the various decks. Oh, shields and lunch. Okay. So I kind of need that. I'm assuming these let me store more energy. While we have a yeah, I'm just going to look around here. So, holodeck. Wow, I didn't realize it took up that much room. Sick bay, engineering office, science laboratory, phaser control. Okay, so I kind of need this room online. So we have transporter room, workshop, life support for these decks. Okay. Man, this ship's all broken. Alright, this is kind of bugging me because that looks like that's the warp core right there, but then that's the warp core right there. I thought that was over here. Is that something they did just for this game? I have not looked over Voyager schematics in a while. Okay. Let's see. Okay, life support restored in Deck 5. Engineering office is now accessible. And of course, it's a mess. We'll have to fix it before we can even use it. Okay, so good thing I grabbed that extra duranium, tritanium. Okay, so I'm about to do a quick mouse over on everything. So food. So I need about, okay, crew and work teams. So echo count, in case I forget what ship I'm on. Batteries, okay. Okay, so yeah, this would let me kind of keep power on it. So while I have your base 100 to store power, anything extra goes into there. All right. Okay, that's helpful. Lets me know how many turns I have effectively. Dilithium. Okay, so it's doesn't look like it's consumed resource. It's almost like a premium resource anyway. Science points. Okay. Iron arrow gel. Need that for repairing life support. And of course the Borg. Probably on full release, that's going to be grayed out so you can't even see what it is. Alright. Okay. Till completion, it would be logical to scan all plants in the system and gather more deuterium and uranium. Cool. I actually had the same thought. So... Captain, we found an abandoned ship drifted in space. It's powered down but structurally sound, with sealed storage compartments. Okay. Leave storage alone and focus. Okay. Engineering office fully operational again, Captain. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Building or repairing rooms, even clearing rebel, occupies work teams. To be able to carry out several tasks at the same time, obtain additional teams by building or upgrading engineering offices. Logically, we should focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supply, maintaining their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first. The morale bar just showed up. Shows your current morale, to change morale per cycle, and then icons indicating your crew's needs. Open the overview tab. The screen by pressing tab and morale to get detailed information. Alright. Your decisions in ship management and events affect crew morale. If morale falls to 0, the crew mutinies and the game is over. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's take a closer look at this. Okay, so gives me my warp core stats. No one has a place to sleep. No one is really sick or injured, oddly enough. And no quarters, emergency rations. Okay, so we are in trouble with that. Huh. Gee. Spoiler alert. Okay. It'd be nice if they gave us a more detailed breakdown. Okay, that sounds useful. I'm going to need some phaser arrays first. Alright. Useful. Life support restored on Deck 2, Captain. Access to the mess hall is now possible. However, it has sustained extensive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicator rations again. Repairs in progress. Until completion, we should address crew accommodation. Ruined rooms must be cleared to create room for residential sections. The ship is heavily damaged and many parts are destroyed beyond repair. To free up new building space, you will first have to remove the remnants of the old. Select a room and give the order to clear the debris. Moving debris takes time. Pass the time travel on the map. Well, what if I don't want to travel on the map? Instead, can I bring this thing online? Yes, I can. Okay. Well, having a place to sleep might be useful for my crew in the long term. I think having some defensive systems up. Alright, so... Okay, so another abandoned vessel. Okay, so I can't store too much more. Awesome. Now I'll go ahead and build a bunk. Waiting for our work teams to finish, we can count more resources. Alright. Okay. So, it's a very basic, right now, choice. Alright, probably starting back over here. Mess hall repairs are completed, Captain. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance crew well-being. With every cycle, your crew consumes rations. You can always use emergency rations, which don't require resources but lower morale. The crew is used to consuming premium rations made by the replicator. These increase morale but consume deuterium. Replicator rations are now issued to the crew, Captain. Okay, so that bumps my drain up considerably. Alright, so I'm guessing the hydroponics, once I have that online, that could be used to generate food, which would actually decrease the amount of deuterium I'm using. Alright, alright. Picking up what you're putting down here. What will it cost to bring my torpedoes back online? Torpedo bay online. Cool, cool. Ruined room removal concluded. Great, maybe we can finally rebuild some crew quarters. My back is killing me from sleeping in the corridor. I'll do wonders for morale, that's for sure. To build new rooms, select the empty building space, kind of bring up construction menu. If you have enough work teams and resources to build the room. Every room needs corresponding areas, so plan accordingly. Okay. Let's hope I brought the right size room online. Crew. Okay. Your crew is the lifeblood of your ship. Each room requires personnel to operate, so keep this in mind when adding new rooms or upgrades. Don't forget to provide the necessary accommodation or morale might drop faster than you like. Captain, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array. Who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. I remember that voice, Captain. The old guy with the banjo, though he seemed a lot less jellyfishy back on the array. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation Starship Voyager. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them. Appeal to his humanity. Try to intimidate him. Let Chakotay talk. Scan the array. Okay, so it looks like Janeway might level up, not with awaiting stuff, but with making decisions for her. Let me see here. So if I'm reading this right, I have about a 70% chance to appeal to humanity. Yeah, let's do that. We are entrusted with their safety. Their families and friends rely on us to bring them home. They are our responsibility. I understand, but I had no choice. There just isn't enough time. Time for what? I must honor her a debt that can never be repaid. Find something that cannot be found. What kind of debt? What kind of debt? Maybe we can help. Weren't you listening? It can't be repaid. All I can do is protect them. No, you're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time. We've been cut off, Captain. Damn it. We haven't got any closer to Harry and Torres. We managed to get him to open up a bit. Maybe Starfleet diplomacy isn't so bad after all. Captain, if I may. I've observed that the array has been sending energy pulses towards the fifth planet of the neighboring system ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing crew's location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Commander? It seems our paths are entwined, Captain. Let's use this opportunity to find our people and send them back. Agreed. Mr. Paris, I want you at the helm for this one. Let's find our people. Set a course for the fifth planet neighboring system, maximum warp. Okay, cool. I got my torpedoes back. La, 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 la. Which is good because, let me see here. Oh boy, I'm gonna need a few of those. Alright, so I got some weapons online. I'm going to need to build more emergency quarters. But it also feels like it might be a good idea to get my science back online. Came across abandoned mining station under lockdown seems to be damaged. Dang it. Okay. Cool, cool. Appears I unlocked that room a little early, so let's go ahead and turn it off right now. darn it, I missed. Okay, so I could definitely get some stuff back on. Alright. Well, I have enough storage for 1,000, so... Alright. So obviously there's some deuterium storage that I'm going to need to do. Alright, that's a little more of a room than I need. So I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Okay, shield generator. Don't want to touch that just yet. Go ahead and get that and get sickbay back online. Alright. Oh, okay, I'm gonna... Okay. So you can't, if you have a room offline, it looks like you cannot fix it up. So, okay. Sickbay online. Nice, nice. Obviously, sickbay do what sickbay do. If you have a decent chunk of people injured, it seems you could assign. So it seems you could assign crew to different things. Like I can't assign someone to stellar cartography. I could assign someone to main engineering. Looks like any specialists would be. Can I assign like anyone to the bridge? No. Okay. Oh. Well, that's certainly useful. Can I dismantle this room, considering you almost never see this thing even referenced? Oh, hey, cool, I could turn off my deflector. Not exactly a great, smart move, but... I suppose in a power pinch. Oh, it did not like that. Yeah, for those of you who aren't familiar with Star Trek too much, the deflector shield is basically how the ship stops from exploding if it runs into any kind of cosmic debris via micrometeors, dust, slightly larger things, you know. The faster you go, the more energy you have, so if you hit something at very high FTL speeds, even a pebble becomes a cannon shell or a nuke. So, but anyway. Let's see. I have another smaller room I can get opened up. That should let me get almost everybody roomed up. And if not, I guess you just have to hot rack. Sorry, fellas, sucks to suck. I mean, I could bring on deck 4 back online. That would open up some room. But regardless, it's been about an hour. I think I'm going to call it here for this session. So, yes, this has been Star Trek Voyager. Well, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see everybody later. Engage.